Well, everybody, welcome back to another episode with the 04 in the shop. This truck, I just can't stop spending money on this thing. Yeah, I don't use it all the time. It's not a dedicated tow rig, but this is my boy. I've had this truck the longest out of any one of them in the fleet. It had 296,000 miles on it when I got it. It's only got 340 on it now. I drove it a lot the first couple years because it was my primary, and then I slowly started getting more to the collection. But quick inventory on what I've done to this rig. I put Renell bumpers front and rear so it can handle a deer. I can attest to that, not a problem there. It's got a Smarty tune on it, fast fuel system, intake exhaust, the typical simple stuff, exhaust brake. I wanted this thing to be a tow rig if need be, so we did a dually conversion on it. It is a factory single wheel 3500, but I did the dual rear wheel swap. Found a kit that had the fender flares for the dually megas back there, the dually wheels, the spacers, and the rear end. So it's a legit swap. Everything's legit. I did BMW swap, got rid of the rails in the bed, so it's about as tow rig as it can get. But I still always wanted to get a G56 truck. The MV5600's been sweet-ish, but I did find a G56 swap. I got the whole kit out of a rolled truck, swapped that in there. It was actually pretty nice. Just never 6-speed swap a 6-speed truck, so literally everything was quick and easy and painless. My plan was not to run these 17 stalkers because they're pretty small considering I got a leveling kit, and these fender flares have to be on there because they rub through the paint. Those were on it since this truck was brand new. So we got the next best thing. We are going to convert this thing to the new style Alcoas. They're going to fit a little bit bigger, and I got the Night Out Edition. My buddy down the street, he got that truck I did the 22 or 23 test with. He gave me tires and wheels at a song. Said I can't flip them. I'll give them to you this price. You just can't flip them. So they're a different lug pattern. These are 8x6.5. The new trucks are 8x200. Quite a bit bigger. So let me show you what I got in the box. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this truck looks going back to the black wheels with a little bit more stance. I'll show you. BMW is so freaking nice because I could put a companion in there. I could put the goose ball in there. You can swap it all around. It's universal as it gets. Since this truck does have pack brake, exhaust brake, it's got onboard air. So the airbags are first switch in the dash. So check these out. For the price, you can get pretty much any like 5th gen Alcoa, blacked out or regular chromed out, whatever, polished. It's going to be cheaper for you to buy these also and convert your truck over to the 8x200s than it is to try and source and pay for a set of 8x6.5 4th gen Alcoas. I know, I've tried. So let me pull out the company's name right here because I paid full price for these. I didn't ask for any YouTube sponsorship or nothing like that. But I had a couple questions for them. They answered me really quick. Told me a couple other things that I'm going to need for the truck because it's a different stud. It's a different stud size for the 8x200. And I'm also going to need the ones for the factory. So they're nice enough to remind me, hey, you're going to need to get this for the kit also. There's only like 30 bucks extra for the set of these little guys. So let me pull out their name so you can hit them up. Their prices are the same on eBay and also on their website. So I just appreciate how willing they were to help to get the order done. And they shipped it the same day, and somehow FedEx brought it to me from Utah in 2 days. I don't know how they did that. And the FedEx guy actually put it in the drop box out of the rain, which you got to climb through the fence to get to that. Good for him. So let's get these swapped on there. But I guess, let me go show you the tires and wheels. Somewhere down in there is the Night Out Alcoas. So we're going to smash these bad girls on the truck. I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing looks. Still 17 with 235s, but we're going to have a little bit more stance to fill out those fenders, which it's kind of sketch, but then I ain't that worried about it. Something that I had overlooked before is you got to get the hub-centric ones. So for when I put it on the truck, it's going to be lined up with these tapered lug nuts. So it's going to be centered on the studs also in the center of the hub. But right here, this is for your wheels because they need to center on that because you're going to have the flat washer type So it just, oh yeah. So she's gonna stick out an extra 1.5 inches. We're gonna have to shave down the studs on the truck to fit in here, which I think is just taking the nub off. It's not a big deal. Look at this. It is treads about even with the end of the flare, which I'm definitely digging on. It gives the truck a little bit of its seniority back, but without stepping up tire size and hurting, you know, everything else. That looks sick. The 19.5s look really nice. Filled out the fender really good. And I can't find my lug nuts for this. I'm hoping Ryan still got them. The guy bought the tires and wheels from. So I just got the little mini doggers holding on right now, but it's hub centric, so it's riding on the hub, not the stud technically. You know what I mean? But let's get the front done. Okay, for anybody that thinks this is a bad practice to do this, I'm going to show you how tough it is to back one off here. You ready? There is zero resistance. It walked right off there without a problem. Done. I will use the socket so I can put it back in there nice and straight. Get my little nub things out of the way. Tighten it down, make sure that we're not sticking any out, because that is a big issue if you do that. Cut these ones just about right. A little bit on the low side, which is fine. There's still plenty of meat to do some grabbing down in there. We'll get 2 of them set up. It is hub centric on the center. It does get on that really good, but to even further aid it, it will center with this style of lug nut. Here comes the bad boy. Ooh. Let's see how she looks. That is such a sick look. I've always loved these blacked out Alcoas. The fact that they, like a normal Alcoa, they don't bevel these holes. I think that's the right word. Basically, make it so that it's bowl. It's normally just a hole. So they do that, and it's nice that they keep this chrome and didn't black them all out. I think that's a really nice look. Oh, I'm pretty happy with it. You guys want to see something that's stupid but nice on the diesel? We got no issues. You could put these jugs and fill up your truck all day long on the diesel. But check this out. Come over here and check out the yard mule. Okay, this is my only gas or Dodge that's not a car, but we can't fill it up with the stupid dirt bike jugs.
because you got to push in that thing super slow. So we're just going to tow this thing to town and fuel it up. Nasty winter-ish. Well, we had like one good hurricane, which sounds like I'm overselling it, but it was some, put it this way, 55 mile an hour winds. That's pretty intense for here. Last year I thought 30 was bad, but anyway, point being, they're running a little bit low on fuel. Yeah, that fits. That scared me. Thought somebody was tailgating me. We got us towing a trailer. You know what? Smell that gasoline? Yeah. Yeah. We need some race gas to get it really smelling good around here. We're going with the cheap stuff. 87, whatever. Woo! Oochie mamas. Nice job. That's that right here. And then when the truck's getting filled, or done getting filled, we'll fill these three. I had a little bit in there, but I had nothing to put the gas in. Everything was stopped off. Hey, leave that on there. Well, there we go, dude. We got stuff for the pressure washer, maybe the side bag, the generator. Probably give Grandpa what? You want to give one of these to Grandpa because they stink? Well, that's the kind of a goofy way to spend most of the day. Not ideal. But I want to talk to you guys about something because this, I probably should have dealt with this thing long ago. I don't like this brake controller. It's not consistent. It was not a cheap one. But if you ever ran this model of a Prodigy, let me know. I think I'm gonna yank that thing out there right now because I had like this simple, I wonder if there's one in this truck right here. I equate this one, if it's the same one, to the one that's in Grandma's truck. If it's not in this one, we'll check Grandma's just for shits and giggles. Yeah, this old school simple unit. I had one of those in it, and it was working great, but then it started acting funny, so I had to delete it because it was given like full power, or like 3/4 power, with minimal pedal. So I got rid of that. Back, I didn't have a lot of money, but my dad had this thing sitting on the shelf, and he never put it on his truck, so I threw it on there. So let's get this thing unloaded, get my fuel unloaded, put the trailer back, get the tank unloaded now that it's empty because I gave all that fuel away. It's been a day, but the dually did good with the I call it the dually now. It never used to be the dually. It's on its third set of wheels, tires. Driving characteristics pretty good, but I think I'll have to do a video at some point just documenting the difference of a 3rd gen versus any 4th gen dually, because well, I got 60 psi in the bags. I got a light truck on the back, and this thing is just getting eaten up. I do have leveling kit on it, so it doesn't help. But let's go ahead and feel like a rich man because we got tanks full on everything now. Oh, let's get the old girl fired up. See if the fuel gauge works. Oh, just flat out pegged her. Also, see if it'll start doing it. It's got like a torque converter clunk, but the oil pressure is too good to be engine. But when you put it in gear, that clunk goes away. But it's just my little ranch hoopty. They should have off-road gas. You know what I mean? I like how like the tack gauge is now just a big ass fuel gauge. Hope we got the ramps down. Oh, one over the fender. Cool. I need to rearrange this whole yard because I got everything kind of moved down here because that storm